We are approaching 3 years that Summer Wells has been missing, and it seems nothing is being done to find justice for her. I would expect that her parents would be banging on law enforcement's door for updates on the case. I would think that Summer's mom would be expressing her concern for her missing daughter and pleading for help. I would expect her parents to be begging the alleged kidnapper to return their daughter, Summer. Earlier this week, on June 10, 2024, Summer's parents did an interview with WJHL News. Nothing new from Don and Candus Wells. No surprise there. The way they talk says a lot. I still think the parents know what happened to Summer. Candus actually gets up from the interview. What mother would get up in the middle of a conversation about her missing daughter? She can sit on YouTube channels and answer simple questions, but she won't sit with the real news media and answer a few questions because she's afraid she will slip and she doesn't want people to see her guilt. Any other normal person would be speaking out to find her daughter. Summer wasn't kidnapped, and anyone with an ounce of common sense knows that. Nobody walked up that hill one afternoon to kidnap Summer, with 3 boys inside the house, 2 grown women outside, a dozen dogs, and vehicles in the driveway. Don and Candus and Grandma Candus know what happened to Summer. Somebody needs to push law enforcement because they have let this child down. People are still protecting the Wells, enabling them, and believing their lies. The truth needs to be told. It's time to come clean. It's long overdue.
Well, this Saturday marks 3 years since the disappearance of then 5-year-old Summer Wells from her Hawkins County home.
The night she was reported missing, authorities said Summer was last seen walking from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. Hours later, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation would issue an endangered child alert for her. That would later turn into an Amber Alert.
To this day, law enforcement still has not located Summer Wells and are not any closer to finding her. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Summer's parents.
We have pushed investigators for months to learn about new details or updates in this case. What we do know is that her family continues their search to bring Summer home. I spoke with both Don and Candus Wells in Kingsport at a place with deep meaning to Summer's disappearance. Borden Park is anything but quiet this time of year. But 3 years ago, it was filled almost weekly with people praying for Summer Wells.
I see all these families, with their kids and how much they enjoy them and stuff. And we were stripped away from all our kids. All our kids have been kidnapped from us by DCS. And we're not sure about Summer, but we know about where our boys are at.
While the prayer vigils are now few and far between, Don and Candus Wells haven't stopped praying that their daughter Summer will be found.
We have hope. Always. But there's not much hope in this world. We have to trust God that there's hope in eternal life in heaven.
Summer was reported missing on June the 15th of 2021.
We know that she was taken off our property, and we know she was taken away in a vehicle, or they would have found her in the area if she was somewhere in the area. But who's responsible for her? We don't know.
I asked Don and Candus when was the last time they heard from investigators.
We haven't lately at all. It's been a while, over a year, I think. I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all. I tried to talk to the FBI agent about it, but that didn't go anywhere.
Don says he feels that he and his wife Candus were targeted by the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
They intimidated us, they belittled us, and done everything they could amidst all the chaos, and then the CPS was there doing the same thing.
When asked about how he thinks about Summer's disappearance 3 years later, Don spoke about a Department of Children's Services investigation.
They said somebody had called and said that we was giving our kids loaded guns to play with, and so they closed the case June 14th, which is something CPS does not do. They don't just close cases. So it's really odd and mystifying why they closed the case June 14th, and then 24 hours later, Summer's gone.
Summer's mother, Candus, sat in for part of our interview, but got up after a few questions.
She was going to try, but her emotions were just too much.
The last update in the Summer Wells case from law enforcement was an age-progressed photo released in June of last year. This image was released by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That number is right there on your screen.